You there! What are you doing lounging around thinking 𝐇𝐢𝐬𝐭𝐨 an empire to be had? Go! Go fight for Queen Victoria and leave Britannia!
Yes. Thank you. Hello there, good sir. How are you, good sir?
What is this about? Huh?
I like your house so much, I thought I'd take it for the empire.
See you, Britain, huh? Not again. You've already been here. Oh. Britain, please, this is my house. Get out, go, get out.
I don't think I will.
Goodness, Britain, you can't be doing this now. Come on, please. Leave my house right now, or so help me,
How about you fix me a good cup of tea, sir? Just want the sugar, please.
All right, Britain, I'll prepare you a lovely cup of tea, yeah? Just a minute. All right, Britain, here's your cup of tea, my friend. Here we are. All right.
Thank you.
Drink up now. Drink up now.
Wow, it's so beautiful over here, isn't it?
Yes, I know South Africa is very beautiful. It's a lovely place. Now come on, drink it up, yeah.
You know, I actually saw a buffalo this morning. We don't have those in England.
Oh yeah, we have lots of buffaloes, all right. Come on, drink up now.
You know, Cecil John Rose is building a railroad from Cape Town all the way to Cairo. I say that's a great honor to be part of.
That's the last straw. You know what? Britain, you're busy making up all these plans and schemes for my beautiful Transvaal, my beautiful South Africa. You know what, Britain? I hereby declare war on you. I declare war on the British Empire.
So be it.
All right, Britain. I'll see you on the battlefield.
See you there, good sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stone to Steam, where I'll take you through all of human history from beginning up until present times. And of course, today we are now in the Boer War. The year is 1899. Well, the year is AD 1899. Some of you remember from our last installment when visited Prussia, yes? From, well, the 1870s. 20 years has passed, and of course, while events were playing out in Europe, something else is happening down south in South Africa, which I shall explain to you now. So before we start today's show, you may need to know a little bit of context about the Boer War. In 1651, and a certain Dutch explorer named Jan van Riebeeck has arrived in Cape Town and is now settled in the Cape. Jan van Riebeeck was one of the first Dutch settlers. And of course, after him would ensue a huge settlement. And of course, the Dutch would continue migrating to South Africa. And they would eventually call themselves Boers, which in Dutch means a farmer. So these Boers would farm the land, getting food for themselves and making a living, and often getting into conflicts with the local population and also trading with them. So for about 200 years, this very wibbly-wobbly balance existed between the Khoi people and the Boers. So of course, as time progressed, fast forward to the 1800s, and Britain has now joined. Come on, Britain, join! There we are. Britain. The British have arrived in South Africa, and so of course Britain wanted to secure a trade route to its colony in India. So they believed that if they were to secure South Africa as one of their own colonies, would allow easy access to sail from England all the way to South Africa. And so of course this brought them into conflict with the local Dutch Boers. And so of course wars ensued. The battle for Cape Town in 1806 was a great battle in which the British and the Boers fought. But of course the British won this, being better resourced than the Boers. And so of course the Boers had to either choose to leave or to consent to British rule in the local area. And so of course Cape Colony became British, and this is what they called it. And so the Boers were very fearful that their way of life would be changed by the British. The British even would end slavery as well come the 1830s. And so this combined with the free spirit of the Boers of not wanting to conform to the world, many Boers decided to migrate north. These Boers became known as track Boers, the journeying Boers, and they went on what they called the Great Track. The Great Track happened in the 1840s, and this was basically a huge en masse migration of Boers going northwards into unexplored territories. And so of course, eventually the Boers would settle in what is today the province of Gauteng in the Free State, more or less, and they would found their two Boer republics, the Orange Free State and the Transvaal. So of course these two republics were quite prosperous, and so Britain was jealous of this, viewing that these republics would be a threat to it. And so of course they invaded in 1880, and hence began the First Boer War. There was another Boer War before this one. However, the difference was the British went into the First Boer War wearing bright red, scarlet and hues, and of course this made for easy targets for the Boers to shoot down. This combined with a few other factors, such as better Boer organization and poor British leadership, meant that the First Anglo Boer War was a British disaster and a Boer victory. The Battle of Majuba Hill, 1881, sealed the deal for Britain. And so of course, Britain, viewing this to be too costly to continue, decided that, all right, we will let the Boers keep their republics, keep them sovereign, but we'll be back. And back they were. Because a few years later, in 1886, gold was discovered in Witwatersrand, a place that would soon later to be called the city of Johannesburg, Egoli, the city of gold, was founded when a few mining prospectors went and found that there's a large deposit of gold. And so of course, with gold being discovered now in the Boer republics, this gave the British a whole new reason to reinvade and end the Boer republics. And so fast forward to 1895, and the British have organized the Jameson Raid by Cecil John Rhodes to try and basically do a coup d'etat to topple the Boer leadership and instill British leadership. This was headed by Cecil John Rhodes, who was a British businessman who indeed believed in a great plan for South Africa to be a British subject. However, the Jameson Raid was a disaster for the British. And so of course, what ended up happening was the Jameson Raid instead heightened the growing suspicions between Boer and Britain. And this, a few years later, led to 1899, the British accumulating a lot more troops on the two borders of the Boer republics. With these mounting forces at the doorstep of the Boers' very home and heartland, Paul Kruger, the president of the Transvaal, gave them an ultimatum that he has to withdraw his troops. And of course, the British decided not to withdraw their troops, so Paul Kruger declared war the next month in October 1899 against the British Empire, and hence started the Second Anglo Boer War. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to learn about the Second Anglo Boer War in the events you are about to see and unfold now. So please, lend me your ears, lend me your eyes, and please enjoy the show. Thank you, Britain. Britain, now we are at war. And with war, there's a demand for soldiers. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you why you should fight for the Boer republics, and Britain's going to tell you why you should fight for the British Empire. And based on our pitches, you are going to choose which side you want to join, yeah? Alright, so, because I'm such a gentleman, unlike you, Mr. Britain, I'll let you choose first, alright? Please, tell them why they should fight for you.
We currently have the third largest empire in the entire world. Not only that, we own the spice trade and we have money to give. So who wants to join my side?
Alright, give him a clap, give him a clap. Alright, hold on, now it is my turn, alright? Stand aside, Britain. Ek is 'n boer. 'n Boer maak 'n plan. 'n Boer makes a plan. And of course, us Boers have lived a hard life. For the past 200 years, we've been in contest with the British for our very home and our very way of life. And so, of course, with this struggle has created a hardening of hearts, a great freeness of spirit. So I encourage you all to join the Boer Kommando, to be a free spirit. We may be smaller, but we believe, just like we did in the First Boer War, that we can defeat the greatest and largest empire in history, alright? For a Boer remains a Boer until death. And this cause we fight for our beautiful Transvaal and Orange Free State. Who wants to join the Boers? Alright, Britain, come on. So now what we're going to do is choose a few volunteers, yeah? So, who said they wanted to fight for Britain? Choose 3 volunteers.
One.
Step right up, come join him.
Anybody else?
Anyone else want to fight for British Empire?
Anybody else?
Nobody? Excellent. Let me choose now. Alright, who wants to fight for the Boer? Alright, you, come on up.
We have money though.
You back there with the strange... Yeah, you come. Stand by my side. Alright, who else? Let's see...
Choose England.
You don't want to fight for this strange man. He's got such a strange hat. Alright, you right over there. Come on up. Really,
We got one more. Yes.
Alright, any last takes to fight for the Empire? You come fight for the Boer. Last you can fight for Britain.
I just want money. That might be.
Alright, Boer volunteers in a line by my side and here. Oh, come on. It's the truth. The Boers were very outnumbered in the Boer War, so it actually makes sense you got a few more there, yeah? Alright, so. The opening stages of the Boer War were a real slugging contest, yes? Very conventional, with each side wielding artillery and cannons and guns. And so, of course, what ended up happening? The first major battle at 𝐤𝐿𝐴. Each side had a contest with artillery to see who could outflank the other and who could conquer the hill of 𝐤𝐿𝐴. So, I thought that what we'd end up doing is I thought that since I have a little shortage and Britain also has a little shortage, you could all be my artillery pieces, yes? Yeah! Can you all make good artillery pieces, yeah? Acting like a cannon, yeah? So stand right up here, volunteer. Like this. And then face the front and your mouth is the cannon, alright? Ready, fire! And of course, one last thing. Cannonballs then had to be loaded in your artillery, right? Oh, except these days they were loaded from the rear end. Alright. I think let's rather not go there. Anyway, so the Boer War was really a war, the first modern warfare with a lot of artillery. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a little game. It's called artillery battleships, yeah? So Britain, let's prepare and set up the game, and then I shall explain the rules, alright? Alright, let's go. Right in the middle, right in the Right, so back to your sides, volunteers, Boers and Britons and Britons and Boers. As we can see right over here is the big hill of 𝐤𝐿𝐴. We are going to now do a contest where each side will lie flat on the ground, being a station artillery piece, in position and all stationary, and we'll take turns to lob the artillery over and try to hit the other side, yeah? And then they will have a turn to hit over 𝐤𝐿𝐴 to hit your side, alright? First one to knock out the rest of the team wins the game, alright? The cannonball you'll be knocking each other out with. You treated it that's so light. Just better. Alright, Britons, find a place within the small area over here to lie down. Remember, you know, like the game Battleships, where you can lie flat or sideways or horizontal, choose your position. Hura, you can do the same over here. Find a nice position to lie down. Britain, come stay with me this side. Station yourself strategically so that you are hard to hit but easy to throw over and hit the other side, yeah? Alright, all found your position, yeah?
No.
So now, of course, each side in the war had artillery spotters, so they would stand in advantageous positions and try and spot targets for the artillery. So you guys are not allowed to sit up, alright? You have to stay lying down, yes? And then I will sort of direct you where to throw, yeah? And you're not allowed to look over 𝐤𝐿𝐴, alright? Question over there? Because you're a piece of artillery. Artillery doesn't walk around, alright? Exactly. So, Britain, ready for battle, my friend?
Yes, sir.
I will let you have the first shot. Not. Alright, Boera, we're going to do the first strike. That is how it went. We'll take it in turns. So I think what we'll do is you want to go first, second, third, fourth. Right. You have to lob it over and hit the others. Okay, wait on my count. Alright, we've got a lot of British troops and artillery lying in a line over there, so throw away, fire! Oh, we hit somebody! If you got hit, you have to come and sit by the side.
Alright, our turn.
Alright! British, your turn. Alright, Britain.
Throw, fire.
Oh!
Hello.
It hit somebody. Unfortunately, you're out. Sorry, my friend. Over here. That was so close. Alright. Next one. Load up the artillery. I see a few British artillery. They are closer than you think, yeah? Ready, fire! No! Alright, your turn, Britain.
Ready. Fire.
Yeah! They missed, alright? So, next one. Load up the artillery. Alright, ready? Fire! Oh, wait. They haven't moved at all. Same hint as hers.
Friendly fire, look out.
Misfire, no! No, you're not out. That was a misfire. I'm sorry. Alright, Britain, your turn. Stay nice, be as small as you can. No! Fine. They are not as close as you were last time, but they're a little bit further, right? Yes. Alright, fire! Oh, no! This is getting very close. All right, Britain, your turn. Come on, come on. All right, stay still. All right, stay still. Nice and second, nice and small.
They were right by the table. Him more that one.
I can't do it.
Fire.
Oh no, we got another one out. It's just have to use the last one. We got so many more cannons left, you know. You should just give up now. The last one. We got There's someone right there. Literally just roll it over the table. British, they're not allowed to move. And no! It's good knowing you. It's good knowing you.
South Africa lost. No moving, Maddie. I'm not. No moving. Sorry.
Oh, it's a miss. He's in Spionkop. You can't dig inside the mountain. Just that direction. Yeah? Not too hard, not too hard. Little bit hard. Just. We have another discrepancy. British. Remember what I said about you're not allowed to move? And you, yes, well done. But you two have been rolling around, which means disqualification over here. Sorry, you two have been rolling around. You are out. That's cheating, my friends. Right. Alright, go take a seat on the back. Alright, stay on one last cannon, alright? Alright, Britain, your turn.
Make ready. Fire.
No!
You get 20 cents now.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, give the artillery pieces a round of applause. Well done. You guys made excellent artillery. Alright, you guys can go sit down again, alright? Look.
Was it a good game?
So, Britain. I was sort of hoping that game would play out just like real history, but actually we did win the Battle of Spionkop. I suppose so. Well, it would have helped if we had breech loading cannons, not these old-fashioned musket balls. Anyway, as I was saying, so Spionkop was in fact a Boer victory, my friends. It was a very hard and long contest in January of that year. But however, the Boers did prevail victorious. And the following week would ensue for British defeat after defeat. And this became known as the Black Week of the British Army. So, Britain, where were we? Oh yeah, let's quickly just change the scene, alright? Be a good gentleman. Oh. Yeah, a Boer is not lazy. Here we are. Alright, so now Mr. Britain, it looks like you have had a black week this past week. You've nearly lost Ladysmith, it's under siege now. You lost Spionkop. Kimberley looks like it's out of your grasp. Whatever is going to happen, I think we got a Boer victory. Give a cheer for the Boer!
Probably know we have reinforcements on the way.
What?
More people, more guns, more cannons.
I can hear the troops marching in. I can really hear the troops marching in now. In a time like this, us Boers cannot win conventionally. The British have had enough time to draw in more reinforcements. And as Jan Smuts and Louis Botha say, we must go to guerrilla warfare now. So, to arms! got to hide and make sure those British don't see us. And only strike at the right time. Yes, the right. They're coming. Come on, Britain, I see you. Just come on out. Yeah, come on out. Right, you got me.
Hands up.
Speak nice and loud, yes.
Come on, we're going to the brush lines now. Up, up. Good march.
Can't believe this happened. Captured near the beginning of the war. Mark my words, Britain, this is not the end.
Keep walking.
Britain,
Yes.
do you even know where you're going?
Of course I do. Stop. I have no idea where we're going. Would you mind helping?
Us Boers are the best trackers as well as the best trackers. And of course a Boer never gets lost. No matter where he is, he will find his way. So of course, Britain, I can help you. All we have to do is just head north, that side, yeah? And then of course Britain is north, so if we march north, we will make it to your lines in no time.
Wait. How do I know you're not lying where we're going?
Britain, if I did not say that we are or are not going in the right direction, then we would or would not be there already. Ah, you're my prisoner now! Hands up, Britain! I got him there.
Britain, pick up his
Alright,
gun!
keep going, keep going.
You were lying.
I know, I've got to do anything to save my lovely Transvaal.
Pick up his gun, Britain!
Yeah? Goodbye, gun, I'll miss you. You're feeling what? A bit hungry?
We're hungry.
There's no time for that. No stopping. Keep going, keep going.
I saw some kudu close by. I heard the Boers are good hunters.
Yeah, we're good hunters, so?
Wouldn't you want to prove it?
Alright, stop, fine. I'll prove that the Boers are the best hunters in all the land. Just watch, Britain. There's the kudu. I see him right there.
I'm scared.
And now what you do is you track the footprints, and then of course once you found it, you dead silent, hone in on the kudu, and then just before you What you doing, Britain? You're gonna let the kudu get the You're going to let the kudu get away, then? Oh, you actually got it!
I meant to do that.
Of course you did.
Now, come on, go get the meat. Well, come on, get the meat.
I can't do it if my hands are up.
Fine, put your hands down.
Right, so with this lovely game over here, we let it dry for a few days. We'll have the best biltong ever.
A few days, no, cook it now.
All right, well then make a fire.
I don't know how to make a fire. You make the fire.
I thought so. All right,
Hands up. Come on. Keep your hands up. Make the fire.
we'll make the fire. All right, fine. I'll show him how to do it. It's British.
Come on, make the fire.
Now sleep down like
I can't make a fire if my hands are up.
Put your hands down then.
There we are. We have our lovely little fire here. The game will be nearly ready, and then we shall feast a nice feast. All right.
push them in the fire.
Well, it looks like the meat is ready now. Well, after you, Britain.
You fetch the meat.
After you, Britain, I insist.
Nope, you fetch the meat.
How are you going to eat if you're holding a gun pointing at me?
How do I know you're not going to steal my gun?
Why would I ever do that? Why would I ever do it?
Get the meat.
I can't do it with my hands up, alright? I tell you what, Britain, fine. Let's just put the war aside, let's pause it, let's just be gentlemanly and just enjoy a nice 𝐿𝐵𝐸𝐴, yes? How about that? Is that fine? Britain,
Yes.
I don't understand, you know, why are you always coming in, invading other places? You already came to South Africa back in 1880. Why do you do it, Mr. Britain? Honestly, why?
You don't understand. I don't have a choice in this. Britain owned everything and I owe a debt to it. I didn't want to be here. I have to pay back. And construction was the only way. I didn't want to be here.
But I thought that you British were all pompous, but yeah, you've been conscripted, huh? You know, Britain, you don't... The amount of pain that has been caused by your invasion, I haven't even seen my beautiful wife in nearly 2 years now. You don't understand the struggle. Well, I suppose you understand a little bit of the struggle. Tell you what, Britain. Maybe you are both here not wanting to be here. And it's actually quite nice, huh? The lekker stars in the sky. It's bright in front of us. I've actually never been happier than this moment right over here, yeah? Britain,
Yes.
I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Gerhard.
Gerhard?
Gerhard.
Gerhard.
Yes.
I am Brad.
Brad,
Yes.
good to meet you.
Gerhard.
Gerhard. But you know what, Britain? I've actually prepared a bit of dessert, yeah? Yeah, it's just right in the back. You want me to fetch it?
Yes, please do.
Alright, dessert time, dessert time. Oh, it's a big one, it's a big one.
What is it?
You want to know what it is?
Yeah.
Hands up, Britain. Alright, come on, let's go. We're going now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this way. Boer lines, come on.
I don't think we should be going this way, Gerhard.
Why not?
You see the smoke?
Why can't we be going this way, Britain?
There's a huge veld fire there. We shouldn't go that way, it's dangerous.
Britain, I know these lands like the back of my hands, alright? We are going.
You don't know this, Gerhard. This isn't a good place to be.
It is a good place. We are going, alright? Keep going. Hands up. Stop. This is my glass. This is my farm. This is my farm. This is my land. And it's all burning. Britain, what have you done?
It wasn't me, I didn't do it. It's not my fault. The British Army ordered this. To scorch the earth, destroy the farms.
My farm. This is my life. You don't understand, Britain. This is everything I own.
I'm sorry, Gerhard. It wasn't my orders.
No matter how many times you say sorry, Britain, it's not going to take back my farm. Where's my family then, huh?
I don't know.
Oh, alright. You don't know. I thought we'd be honest with each other now, Brad.
He's in the camps, concentration camps.
Concentration camps.
Yes.
Take me there, right now. Take me there.
That's behind British left line. Actually, let us go, shall we? Come on.
Right, lead the way. Let's go this way. Can't believe this. My home, my livelihood. The British have taken it all away. No matter how many times they say sorry.
You're careful, man.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Wrong person. Are we nearly there, Britain? I'm not seeing any camps around here.
We're here, Gerhard. We're here.
We're sorry. Sorry, Marais. We're sorry. I'm sorry. It didn't have to be this way. I haven't seen you in years. It didn't have to end like this. It didn't have to end like this. I'm left without a family, without a farm, without a home. What more will the British Empire take from me? I want to get you, my son. Britain. This war's been going on for too long. 2 years of guerrilla warfare, not even having a place to sleep or to eat or shower. Britain, I think it is about time that we come to the negotiating table, all right? I hereby I surrender.
Yes!
Sorry for the loss. And so, I thought that we ought to come to the table and draw up the futures for South Africa, all right?
I shall get the paperwork.
You're alive, guys.
Here, Britain, I hereby surrender the Transvaal Republic. Unfortunately, the Orange Free State are bitter rangers. They're not going to give easily up to the fight, alright? But alright, I shall sign this Treaty of 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐵.
I feel sorry for you. It's very favorable to you.
We shall just see how favorable this is. We are now under British sovereignty, but we are allowed to retain our language, and we are allowed to stay as long as we agree with the new British Commonwealth. Right, fine. I hereby sign Treaty of 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐵. We now have our peace, Britain. Now, Britain. Well, I know that things have been very harsh with us, but we do need to cooperate if we're to build a better South Africa, all right? I may not speak for the Boers, but I know that many of us do agree that peace is the only way forward. So, I'll tell you what, how about we finish that cup of tea, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, let's go, Yeah. Well, Britain, I say hereby a toast to the new South Africa and to new cooperation between the British and the Afrikaners. Right, cheers.
Cheers. Oh, quite lovely. It's a bit strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of our skit. Thank you so much for coming. Britain, come on, let's take a bow. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Boer goes nowhere without his hat, y'all. So ladies and gentlemen, it's true. The British, in fact, unlike the first Anglo Boer War, they won the second Anglo Boer War. Of course, after 3 long years, long bloody years, the Boers eventually, well, capitulated. The war started out as a very conventional war, and of course, it so far seemed like the Boers might actually just win. After the Black Week of the British Army, as it was called, in December 1899, the British found that, well, the Boers are just as formidable as their first Boer War counterparts. And so the British learned from their last defeat and sent in thousands and thousands of reinforcements in the following year, in January 1900. Of course, as the months ensued, the Boers found that they just could not match the might of the British Empire in numbers. However, the Boers were formidable hunters and formidable fighters. If you think about it, the average Tommy over here was literally raised in London. He would have been a lawyer, a factory worker, or an auditor, a very menial desk job often. The average Boer commando had to fight for a living. He had to hunt to get his food to put on the table. And so, of course, this enabled for an already formidable fighter compared to the fresh recruits of the British Empire. So you find that on average, the Boer fighter would kill many more British soldiers than the British soldiers killed Boer fighters. But despite this unequal ratio, the Boers could still not match for the British machine and manpower in the following years. So the last 2 years of the war are marked in a new period called the guerrilla warfare. And so, of course, the Boer generals Jan Smuts, Louis Botha, they knew that the Boer commanders could not face and match the British in outright warfare like they had in the first few months of the war. And so, of course, they made the decision to go into hiding, to open a guerrilla warfare, to hide in the veldt, and only strike the British at the right time and disappear again into the bush. For a large part, this was successful, but the British countered the Boers' strategy of guerrilla warfare with their new blockhouse system and their new railroads. British railway trains, the armoured trains, carried vital supplies to wherever they needed to be, and Boers often hijacked these in raids. The British learned from this, and they started to establish thousands of blockhouses along the trade routes. And so, of course, this limited and restricted the Boer commanders' movement in the veldt. And eventually, with the Boers being so constricted, the last nail in the coffin was when the British Lord Kitchener decreed that all Boer farms were to be burned to the ground, even if they did not support Boer commanders. And so, of course, this British scorched earth policy further starved the Boers into submission. And another final nail in the coffin was the concentration camp system. Did you know that in history, the British Empire was the first to initiate the concentration camp system? Where they would rally up Boer women and children and families into these camps where they'd concentrate the families and keep them captive so they could not support their fathers and sons in the war. And so, of course, this caused a lot of anger and pain and a lot of death. The British, with this new brutal turn to the war, eventually secured victory for the empire, but at a large cost. And then come 1902, after the death of Queen Victoria, the Treaty of 𝐒vereniging was signed, which gave birth to a new era for both the British Empire and the Boer republics. The Boer republics were now no more, but instead they were now a subject of the British Empire. They were allowed to retain their language and to retain their farms and stay there, but the world would never be the same for them. And if you look at subsequent events, with the Union of South Africa founded in 1910, a Boer commander, Jan Smuts himself, would actually become Prime Minister. With this new founded cooperation, it actually seemed South Africa was headed on the right track. However, a very, very deep and dark side towards the history that is often ignored is this treatment of the locals. The local population, such as the Zulus and the Xhosa and the Khoi and the San people, were often ignored by both Boer and Britain. And so, of course, it would still be many, many, many decades until they would get their own freedom. But for now, this was the order of the world. And this, ladies and gentlemen, has been the second Anglo Boer War. Now before we end off, I thought I, as usual, would show and explain the outfit. So how about we start with you, Mr. Britain? So come and stand over here. Where's your music? Not that one. That's Britannia's music. I'll just stand back a little bit. So we have over here a standard private infantry in the British Regular Army, right over here, in his tropical uniform. The tropical uniform is basically the Empire's equivalent of their uniform that's suited for hotter climates. And on many of their colonial conquests and campaigns, their soldiers would be equipped like this, both in Egypt, in Sudan, in South Africa, in India, and even in China. This is just how far and wide the British Empire spread. So you see this uniform in many parts of the world, which is why, of course, I had to make one of these. It is a larger part homemade. The putties are actually socks rolled up. But one day I'll get and make proper tan putties. But yes, I did buy the pith helmet. So on top of his head, Boer Britain, a Boer always also, where did I put it? Always carries a comb in his sock, yeah? Here we are, Britain. That looks so much better. So of course, the average British soldier would be equipped with a pith helmet. The pith helmet was specially designed to be to provide shade to a soldier and keep his head cool during long hot marches. The pith helmet is made out of cork, and it gets its name pith helmet because the cork resembled pith from an orange. You know in an orange peel where you peel it, that white bitter stuff that you eat, that's called pith. So it gets its name from pith. So this is the pith helmet. And yes, soldiers would often also wet their helmets so that as it slowly evaporated, it would cool their heads down. So that is also another purpose of the pith helmet, as well as providing very good sun protection. As you can see, if he does a turn around, a lot of sun protection all around his head. And next up is of course the Slade Wallace equipment, and of course it was designed to provide comfort for the soldier and hold up all his gear. I am missing one pouch on this side, there would be another pouch on this side, and in these pouches the British soldier would carry all of his ammunition for his Lee Metford rifle. And of course, as you can see, going to the back, the straps are all held securely over and reach over the belt. These are called cross straps. And his blanket roll would be tied on the back of his belt over here. They could even put their greatcoats in here, secured. And of course, if we step around again, this strap is for his canteen on this side, and this strap is housing his bread bag on the other side where he would keep all his food and supplies. A very useful handy piece of gear. The Boers would go without, so Boers often would keep their food in their pockets or strapped to the saddles of their horses. But on average, the British soldier would be much more better armed, much better equipped, and more ammunition. And of course, another very interesting fact about the Boer War, as you can see with the uniform, Lord Kitchener made another very severe decree. Any Boer commando caught wearing British uniform was to be executed. So many Boers were executed, and of course this is the days before radio. So the word often got out late, and Boer commandos caught wearing British attire were executed, even if they hadn't heard of the decree. So that was another very vicious part on the British, but it ultimately did secure victory and stop the Boers from using their equipment. I've seen a diary from the 𝐿 accounting that the British, wherever they marched, they'd leave a trail of ammunition. The Boers would often trail the British behind while they're marching, scavenging for all of the ammunition that they've dropped, and actually that would help supply the Boer commandos for many weeks. So another part of just how the British Empire was, well, a big steaming engine with a lot of fallout afterwards. And as we go down for the tropical uniform, he wears putties over here. Putties is actually another relic from British India. Britain had already conquered India in years prior. And so of course putties were a little import from British India. The word putty comes from Hindustani word patti, meaning a wrap, a footwrap. So he wears tan coloured putties, and of course his ammunition boots on the bottom. And yeah, this is the British uniform. And before I end, another interesting thing is the Boers often called the British the khakis because of the colours they wore. Another account in the 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐼's diary is how the Boer soldiers actually very excited at the beginning of the war. They thought of this as being an adventure. The minute they found out the British were now wearing these drab colours and camouflaging, it changed the mood, and the 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐼 was actually very disappointed in that, well, they've now not all parading and colourful. And of course, just another step closer to the modern era of warfare. The word khaki also comes from Hindustani khaki, meaning dirt colour. It means dirt. So yes, just some more relics of prior years. And so now we go to the Boer outfit. That's more like it. So of course, the Boer outfit, well, literally a man would wear his everyday clothes into battle. Boom, end of story. Although let me explain this a bit more. I've almost never seen a picture of a Boer commando without a hat. So you'd find that your Boer commando would go everywhere around with a hat. Some of you might be wondering what the word commando means. Commando with the K is Dutch Afrikaans for the word commando. So the Boers would, the Boers would call themselves commandos, and they would be on commando when on campaign. So this word stuck with them. And years later, many years later, Winston Churchill, in the Second World War, was so impressed with the way that the commanders operated with their special skills that he named the British Special Forces Commandos. And another interesting fact, did you know that Winston Churchill, your future Prime Minister, was there at the Battle of 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐼? And also another person, none other than a hospital ambulance man, also who witnessed the Boer War at 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐼 carrying medical supplies, was none other than a man named Mohandas Gandhi. And he would in the future become Mahatma Gandhi. So of course, this is some interesting facts over there. So your Boer commando literally would be wearing his typical attire of the 1890s. Just your typical trousers paired with a jacket or coat and a waistcoat. And often Boers had a philosophy of being very neat. Boers were very godly. If you think about it, the first Dutch who settled in South Africa, as the years progressed, were also fleeing Catholic persecution. And so these were most often Dutch Protestants who were trying to escape the climate of the wars of religion in Europe. So your average Boer commando would be a very devout Protestant. And hence comes the Dutch Reformed Church, which is very leading on the Protestant side. So the Boers were very religious, and they believed they need to dress up nice as they were, and of course comb their hair. It's a fact they did carry combs on their socks, yes they did. Another interesting bit of trivia, waar is my... Boers would also carry on umbrellas. Because it rained so much in South Africa, more than London, yeah? Yeah, do you believe that?
No.
Yeah, he's right, no. So Boers would actually be seen holding umbrellas to protect themselves from the sun. And I've seen many images of Boers on commando holding their umbrellas. And often on Sundays during their church meetups, whether they be at church or just in the veld, they would gather around the minister with their umbrellas to hear the word of God. So just another little piece of trivia to go. You might need this when you go back to Britain, although maybe not, because it looks like you'll be staying. Of course. So yes, this is your average Boer commando. Yeah, I think that brings us to the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I hope you learned a thing or two, and have a good evening, and please join us next week. Alright, Britain, time for you to
go home.
Stay. Yeah, go home, please. Go home now.
Bye.
He's going now. Bye.